Chapter 6, Age Verification Techniques. In Chapter 6, we will be discussing age verification techniques. We will also discuss valid forms of identification, fake IDs, practice age calculations, and tips on how to verify buyers 21 and older. Lastly, we will offer some advice to ensure compliance. Legal forms of identification are issued by state or federal government and must include a photo ID. In Massachusetts, there are 6 valid forms of ID that are acceptable, including the new requirement that will be needed by 2020 called Real ID cards. Let's review the forms of identification that are valid in Massachusetts. Let's review the valid forms of identification that are valid in Massachusetts. They are Massachusetts driver's license, the new Real ID card, out-of-state driver's license, state-issued identification card. This is what a Massachusetts driver's license looks like. It is really important as we go through these identification types that they may change from time to time, so please stay current on any new types of ID. On the right, you will see examples of a driver's license that is horizontal for people over the age of 21. On the left, you will see an example of an ID that is vertical for those that are under the age of 21. The new Real ID cards that will be able to be used for federal IDs. State-issued identification cards are again horizontal for those over the age of 21 and vertical for those that are under the age of 21. Out-of-state ID cards may have several variations. It's really important that you understand and recognize what is a valid form of ID and to further recognize where the important dates are located. The red box on each ID in this example highlights the different locations. It is important to ask for that ID and then verify the proper age of anyone that looks under the age of 27. Take your time and find that date of birth. Then calculate the age to confirm that it is above 21. Here is an example of what a military ID may look like. And if you take a look at this example, you'll notice that you won't see a date of birth on the front. However, you can see an issue date and you'll see an expiration date. Many military IDs will have the birth date on the reverse side. It's important to turn over that ID to find the date of birth. It's really important to examine the passport, especially if it's in a foreign language that you don't speak or understand. Make sure you ask questions and confirm the birth date and that the passport is valid and not expired. An expired ID is not a valid ID. Review this slide. Which are valid forms of ID that are acceptable? Here are the valid forms of ID we reviewed in this chapter. It's really important to have the knowledge and resources to quickly identify a fake ID. Look for bumpy edges, glue lines, or peeled lamination. Check the reverse side lettering. Look for blurred lettering and thickness of license. Does the photo match the customer, or does the photo have red eyes? It may be missing a seal or logo. Most states have a specified logo that can't be tampered with. You may need to ask the person to remove their license from their wallet or purse to get a closer look. You have a right to ask them to remove their ID from a wallet or purse. Temporary paper licenses or IDs or paper copies or duplicates are not acceptable. Question: what are the acceptable forms of identification? A, driver's license or Real ID. B, military identification card. C, passport. Or D, all of the above. The answer is all of the above. Here is a tool to quickly calculate if someone is over the age of 21. Please note, there are many examples, but here is one of many. For this exercise, we will pretend today's date is May 8th, 2018. Minus 20 years would be May 8th, 1998. Subtract one more year, May 8th, 1997. This is the date your customer must be born on or before. Remember, minus 20 years and then minus one more year. Let's try another exercise. If today's date is October 13th, 2007, and the customer's birth date from a passport is October 28th, 1989, is this person old enough to buy a pack of strawberry-flavored Philly cigars? Remember, today's date minus 20 years, then minus one more year. Is this person born on or before October 13th, 1986? The answer is no. This person is not able to purchase tobacco products as their birth date is after October 13th, 1986. Question: if today's date is October 13th, 2007, and the customer's birth date from a college ID states October 28th, 1990, A, yes, this person is 21 or older. B, no, this person is not old enough. C, I must refuse the sale because this is not a valid form of photo identification. The answer is C, I must refuse the sale because this is not a valid form of photo identification. The acceptable forms of photo identification that may be used to verify age are A, library card, B, video membership, C, credit card, D, none of the above. The answer is none of the above.